Hey, hi everyone, welcome to the course Become a Business Analyst, your path to success. As discussed earlier, this course is structured around the Babcock Guide and for simplicity is divided into 9 comprehensive modules. We have already completed modules 1 to module 7. In module 1, we saw the introduction to business analysis ideal for beginners or those from non-IT backgrounds. In module 2, we covered strategy analysis focusing on defining business needs and recommending solutions. In module 3, we explore business analysis planning and monitoring like planning BA work, identifying stakeholders and tracking performance. Whereas in module 4, we covered requirement lifecycle management where we saw how to guide and manage and control the requirements throughout the project. In module 5, we studied requirements analysis and design definition where we learn defining, validating and designing solution while avoiding scope creep. In module 6, we covered BA information management focusing on organizing and maintaining BA data with traceability and reuse. In module 7, we dealt with risk and dependency management using tools like SWOT, 5 Whys, Gantt chart to ensure success. Whereas in module 8, we have already learned about interfaces and integration requirements for smooth data flow. We also covered how to define data needs, identify users' roles, and set the right permission to ensure secure and efficient system access. To make it easier to follow along, each tutorial video is numbered sequentially. If you ever need a quick refresher or clarification, you can easily revisit any previous tutorials at your convenience. All supporting documents and useful links are readily available in the video description for easy access. Now welcome to tutorial 22, error handling, validation and functional constraints. In this session we will explore how system handle errors, validate user inputs and enforce rules through functional constraints. These elements ensure reliability, accuracy and controlled system behavior. So without further delay, let's get started with tutorial 22. Well, before we move forward, now let's see a demo what exactly we are going to learn. Means what is the need of validation, error handling or how error occurs, all these things we will see in a glance so that we will get a smooth road in upcoming time. So now let us imagine that we are entering the date of birth. Means a customer who is interacting with the loan management system of Nova Major Bank. So the customer entered the date of birth, that is 3/24 to 2021, means just 4 years old might be the kid. Okay, so now imagine that kid is applying for the loan, and when we go to next, as soon as we try to next, the error message flashes here that must be at least 18 years old. So this is a user who is entering the wrong data here. So due to that, this particular error get flashed. Or similarly, like if you try to enter the social security number, we have seen this particular example earlier also. So in social security number, it is a numerical value, and someone tried to get smart and wrote down the name of Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, we admit that the Cristiano Ronaldo is good, but right now he is not required here. So what our system will throw? Then system will throw again an error that please enter correct SSN. Means it is required. We don't require CR7 right now. Now let's go to another place. Means let us see place of birth. In place of birth, we try to get more smarter and enter the somewhere on the earth. Means try to get more cool. So in this case, the system will throw an error that please enter correct city, because all these things is happening behind the screen. Means in back end, the system is developed in a such a way that it is handling this particular error. It is throwing such a validations rule, we call, means in technical term it is called as validation rule. So as a business analyst, it's our role to gather such requirements from the a stakeholder. Means from where you want, means we generally ask, or a stakeholder also tells us that we want such constraints here, we want some validation rules here, we have some limitation regarding this particular data element or data attribute, or we call it as a data field as well. So according to that, developer develops the a system, means it is altogether developers work to code behind whatever is going on in the background. That is the work of developer, but it's our job as a business analyst. We take inputs from the stakeholder, we take requirements from the stakeholder, we write it down in a proper way, and then we provided it to the developer to develop it. So now in this tutorial we will see how we will interact with such things, and how we gather the requirement, and why this thing is so important to develop any efficient system or software. Well, before we start error handling, validation and functional constraint, we will again revisit few topics which we have already seen in the previous tutorial. Very first is user. Well, we are revisiting the this topic because we all know data is like fuel for any system, and just means it's just like a vehicle runs best when the fuel comes very clean. So system also works efficiently only when the data entered is correct, and this data is entered by the users. We know that who are the users. We know that there are two types of user: human users and system users. In human user, you can conclude customer, then loan officer. In system user, when two software talks with each other, then we will consider that the other software which is not a part of our system or a different, we consider it as a system user as well. Means in our case it is credit bureau. So why we are including this thing, that user who are tend to be enter the data into system can mistake while entering with the system, means entering the data they can make the system, and it is very normal, means it is natural thing. But to handle this, we design systems smartly so that they can catch errors, block incorrect inputs, and allow only valid data to go through. So this is not only help maintain data quality, but also ensure the system runs smoothly without unexpected issues. So that's why we included this particular topic, because users are the one who are going to enter the data. And now it's human errors are natural, and to counter this, we are building such system that it can counter such errors, and it will throw some errors and tell the users that need to enter the correct data up. If you are not entering that, then system will not move forward. Now it's time to understand data and importance of data. So data in computing, data refers to the value or sets value encoded in a specific format that can be stored, retrieved and manipulated by software application. Means in short, it is oxygen, means oxygen for the software. It is running on the software, runs on the data. In simple term, data is just like information that a computer understand and works with. Means that how in this way we can submit that. It can be numbers. It means data can be in the form of number. It can be form of text. It can be form of files as well. Okay, basically anything that's stored in the system and can be used later is nothing but data. The system reads it. System reads data, process the data, and does something useful using that particular data, like showing the report, saving file, or sending some messages, or whatsoever the decisions that need to be made. All the decisions are made on the basis of data, which is we provide to the system. Now let us see importance of correct data. Very first is informed decision making. Basically, when data is right, the decision we make are smarter, and we are not guessing anything. Means we are acting only, means whatever the output comes, it totally based on facts. Then efficient and error free operation. Well, good data keeps things running smoothly. Okay, so there is less back and forth will happen, and fewer mistakes to fix to it. Means if anything happens, means there will be very few mistakes, and no need to redo task. Means it's not like that we are doing same thing again and again. If we have a good data, clean data, then the system will efficient and it will work error free as well. Then next is enhanced customer experience. This is very important. When the system has clean data, user get faster, more personalized service. And tell me honestly, who doesn't love that? Means if someone is getting a faster service, someone is getting more personalized service, then user gets more engaged with the system, and user engagement will increase as well. So that's why the data, correct data, not data actually, correct data is very important. Then compliance and risk mitigation. Correct data helps us to stay out of trouble, whether it is audit, legal checks, or industry rule. Means it keeps everything clean and safe. So this is again very important. It related to companies compliance and risk mitigation. Then reliable reporting and insights. If the inputs are solid, means if you are getting correct data, the reports will make sense. It's means we can create report out of any data, okay, but we should know that that particular data is correct, because the predictions which we are going to make are, depends upon whatever the reports we are going to see. So if data is correct, then only that report makes sense. It's the only way to get real actionable insight without second guessing the numbers. Then system integrity and cost efficiency. Clean data keeps the system stable and avoid unnecessary errors or bugs, saving time, money, and lot of headaches. So overall, we can say that this is the importance of, again I am repeating, correct data in a system. Now let's move and see what is error handling. Error handling refers to the structured process of detecting, managing, and responding to unexpected condition or failures in a system. In a simple terms, it's how the system handles things when something doesn't go as planned. Like if there is a wrong input or a system glitch, the system knows how to catch it and respond it. Then next is its goal in to ensure that the system behaves predictably, maintain data integrity, and provides appropriate feedback to the users or a system when something goes wrong. Well, the idea behind that is to keep the system steady, protect the data, and give users clear message instead of letting everything break or go blank. And the last is, it is critical aspect of system design that helps in minimizing the impact of errors or operations and users experience. Means basically what I trying to tell you, without error handling, even a small mistake could cause a big issue. So this helps avoid mess ups and keeps user from getting frustrated. So this is also very important. And there are many types of error. Means user can make error, system can make error, then there might be security related error, there might be the business related errors. Now let us try to understand error handling in a systematic way. For simplicity, I have divided into 4 columns: error type, description, handling approach, example, scenario. So very first type of error is user input error. We have already seen this user input error when someone put the incorrect date, which calculating the age below 18, then such errors we can call it as a user input errors. So invalid or missing data entered by the users, means not valid or some missing data are entered, these are nothing but a user input error. So how to handle such errors? Then display descriptive validation messages, highlight incorrect field. Means by highlighting that field and display some message that yes, you are going wrong somewhere here, so you need to correct it. A simple example: a user submit loan application with an individual phone number. The system displays an error, invalid phone number a format. So the something like that, the phone number means we don't want in this particular format. The phone number format might be different. So such things may display in the that particular error. Then there are other error also, business logic error. This is interesting. Means what happened generally, the request does not meet loan processing condition. So provide here we need to provide specific feedback and corrective action to that particular customer who is going to enter such data. A user means, see, the example is quite simple here. User applies for a loan but does not meet the credit score requirement. Means we are getting the response from the system, means from the credit bureau, that this particular person is not that much good credit score, so loan cannot be approved due to insufficient credit score. So now customer come to know that okay, loan is rejected. The reason behind the rejection is also given, that you don't have the credit score. So next time maybe that customer get wise and improve his or her credit score. I'm just kidding. Means the purpose was not that behind that to increase that credit score, but yeah, the reason behind that customer come to know. Then last is system errors. Unexpected failure may happen within the loan management system. Means there might be downtime, server get down. So such issues are generally happen. So what the handling approach should be: log errors, notify support, and show user friendly messages to the user who are you working on it. So user submit means, what is the example? A user submits a loan application, but the database connection fails. So this the particular message should be like that: system is temporarily unavailable, please try again later. So user come to know that the whatever data is provided is correct, anything nothing is going wrong, the issue is with the system and not from the user side. So such type of error we need to add, means such type of verbiage we need to use there, so that user means customer who is working on that particular system should have the clarity where it is going wrong. So for loan management system, means this is something which we collect from the stakeholder, this in this particular tabular format, and this is standard template. Actually we write down error scenario, then error type, then system behavior, user message, then logging requirement. So I'll take only very means first one, then rest you can see by pausing the video. Mandatory field left blank during loan application, means type of error is validation. So what is system behavior? It is preventing from submission, means form is not getting submitted. So user message, please fill in all required field, means there are few fields which are required, means your name, your SSN, then might be anything different. So these fields are required, you need to fill it. Apart from that, it's not going to proceed. So log as a user input error with a timestamp. So logging requirement means whenever testing we need to log as a user input error with a timestamp, means it should provide the timestamp. I mean, this is little bit technical, don't go that much of deep. The whole point is that you should understand what is error handling, and in this way this particular table is constructed, and it is constructed along with the stakeholder for which we are working. So this is all about error handling. Now let's move and see the validation. Well, validation is the process of ensuring that user input or a system data meets predefined criteria before being accepted or proceed. Well, somewhat validation and error handling is same, but we will see a little bit differences between them shortly. So in simple word, what exactly I'm trying to tell you, that validation is first line of defense before any data gets entered into the system. That's the simple as I can tell you. It helps maintain data quality by verifying that the data is entered accurate, complete, and in the correct format. Well, this keeps junk or wrong data out. It's like making sure a phone number has 10 digit, or the email looks like an actual email, something like that. It might be check domain, something like that, whatever it is checking. Validation is typically performed at both the front end user interface and the back end, means by the server and system as well, so that it prevent error and maintain consistency. This means what's going on here, the system double checks your input once right when you type it, and again behind the scene, so just to make sure nothing slips through the a cracks. So this is nothing but a validation. You might be thinking about it is almost similar. Yeah, it has lots of similarity with the error handling. So types of validation are user input validation, system level validation, business rule validation, then security and fraud prevention validation. We will see in very simpler way again. We'll see the type, then we will see the level, then we will see validation rules which we will provide, and the example as well. So user input validation means at field level, means what is that? The it must means validation rule should be like that: it must contain only letters, no special character or numbers are are allowed. Means someone try to become smart and add the numbers in the first name or full name, then it will give the error. Means you can see in the example, the name should be John Doe, it should not be like John 123. So user input validation there. Then business rule validation, loan eligibility check. So again it is somewhat similar to error handling, means validation and error handling. Application must meet credit score and income criteria. So rejected means, example are rejected credit score too low, means 550's credit score might be there, so it gets rejected. Then system level validation, Duplicate loan application, if there are duplicate loan application, then prevent duplicate submission. Error might come that you have already applied for a loan today. Then the last is security and fraud prevention validation. So here we provide the multi-factor authentication, means now see the difference between error handling and validation here. Means in error handling once we enter into system, it start working, means that something is happening. But in the validation, what is happening, it is before we entered into system. Here we can go through the multi-factor authentication, means when we try to enter it into any system login, then it require OTP for login and high risk transactions. So that OTP gets sent to the phone number of that particular customer. So it may ask us that, boss, you need to enter OTP which is sent on your phone. So such message may display on that. So that this scenarios happened before you entered any data into the system. So this is validation may occur before you even start with the system. So that is a little bit difference between validation and error handling. In few cases both considered as the same, means they are compiled into same table as well. So validation requirement table for loan management system, we will shortly see it. In this way we gather the requirement from the stakeholder validation scenario, then we take validation type, system behavior, user message and login requirement. So validation scenario is like loan application name is left empty, means what we have seen. So here the validation rule is like field validation. So system behavior prevent from submission, means system is not allowing. Then the user message is applicant name is required. Then there are other also validation scenarios like interest rate field is bank, then PAN number entered is in correct format, EMI start date entered before current. So if you are really interested and going depth of this particular topic, then please stop the video and you can focus on this particular entire table as well. This will give you a great idea regarding validation and requirement. So this is all about theory, means now let's see actually in the demo what exactly we are talking about. And again I'll show you the same screen, and let us say the in the step 1, this is the loan management system form, and in the step 1 these are the field elements which we need to enter. So what we have seen, we entered full name, we entered place of birth, then we entered date of birth, full address is also entered, then status is there, then social security number, email, postcode and a city is also entered, where we can see that gender is missing here, then driver license is also there, and applicant account holder name is there, which we can see. So what happened next when we click on this particular button? As soon as we click on this button, then there are bunch of validation rules like alphanumeric full name is not allowed, means it is talking about field 1 full name. Then please enter correct birthplace. Birthplace means if someone try to become cool, place of birth is somewhere on earth, then system is not going to entertain this. Then applicant age should be more than 8, means 4-year kid can't apply for the loan. Then full address is there, full address which is correct. Then nationality is mandatory, so we can see that there is a field nationality which is missing. So nationality is mandatory. Then SSN is mandatory. Well, SSN is mandatory and it is entered incorrect as well. And gender which we left blank, this is also required. So first we will erase all these things and again we enter some data here. So now it seems to be correct. Full name is entered, place of birth is entered, date of birth seems to be more, means now age become more than 18. Then full address is there, nationality is there, social security number is there, postcode, city, country is there, gender is also entered, then driver license is also entered, applicant account holder name is also there, correct. Now it seems to be that everything is perfect from the user. So there is no room to error, to get error from the system for the user input. But now see the system again, we try with next. Now error, it's not kind of error, we can say that it's kind of validation, means why system is restricting us, what is the first line, means it is kind of defense what system is giving, that your credit score is below the required threshold. So credit score is calculated on, let us see, on SSN number. Means once we enter this data, behind the scene in the background there might be one trigger means automation process which is processing this SSN number, or this SSN number is provided to credit bureau company, and credit bureau company within second replies that the credit score is low for this particular customer. Then in the background that credit code is checked and it is saying that at this particular range we can't give the loan. So this is the system error which we are getting, or system is checking the credit score. Now let us imagine we filled everything and we don't know whether credit score is checked or not, and we try to click on next, and the error comes that unable to fetch credit score, please try again later. So this is the mistake of downtime of the server is not server is slow, we generally use this particular terminology. So it is downtime of server, due to which the unable to fetch the that particular credit score. And if the system doesn't know the what is the credit score, it will not move forward, so it is again restricting to move forward. Then this might be the condition. Now again we will face different kind of scenario. Let us see, system is fine, data entered by the user is also correct, then the credit score is also good, and now we try to go forward. So what it is saying, we are experiencing technical difficulties, please try again. This might be the scenario also occur that if overall system is going downtime, means it's not create third party system is downtime, it is the downtime of the loan management system, means the server of LMS is also not working, or there might be some technical issues which are not, it's not important to know us to which technical issue is going on, but system is throwing this particular message that okay, this is not good time to test the system, please try again later. Well, these are all the scenarios which generally occur while working on, and I feel that you already know means what I exactly am trying to tell you. But right now you might be able to understand. Okay, so in this way we need to as a business analyst we need to gather the requirements, and that's the thing which actually I try to explain you. So these are the way which we work, and finally let us say everything is fine, credit score is fine, user data is correct, downtime is not happening, server is running fast, everything is very good, and once we click on the next, with this ideal scenario our system is allowing to go to the next step. So before going to next step, you can see there are so many hurdles to go reach out there, and that's such kind of requirements we need to gather it from the stakeholder. Means from step 1 to step 2, how many hurdles do you want in a simple terminology if I want to talk, and we gather them and we documented them properly, and we will use them in our document like BRD or FRD or non-FRD, means or whatever the documents we provide to the company. In this document it gets documented, then we take stakeholder permission, and then we provide it to the developer to develop it. Now let's move to the last topic of this particular tutorial, and that is functional constraint. Well, functional constraints are specific limitations, conditions, or rules that define how system must behave under certain circumstances. The means think of this like rules. There is one game and there are few rules on the basis of that particular system need to work. Means guidelines, means which guidelines it need to follow for certain situation if such situation occurs. Well, these constraints restrict or control certain actions, features, or operation to ensure the system perform accurately, reliably, and in alignment with business and technical requirement. In short, they make sure the system doesn't allow something it's not supposed to be, like blocking a user from applying for a loan if they already reached the limit. So these are certain conditions which the system need to follow. Means someone is taking too much money from the bank, and the bank is having rules that up to this limit we can give the loan. So certain users get blocked as well. They act as, means the next point is they act as a boundaries within which the system functions, helping to enforce consistency, maintain integrity, and support regulatory compliance. Means In short, if I want to summarize this, it's like guardrails. They keep the system in check so it runs properly, stays secure, and follows the business legal rules. So types of functional constraints are like regulatory compliance constraint, business rule constraint, technical constraint. There might be a operational constraint as well. Now let's try to functional constraint in a simplest way. It will give you a great idea. In a regular way, we have divided into four columns: categories, level, validation, rule, and example. Well, see, regulatory and compliance constraint, how we tackle it. It is, let us see, level is interest rate restrictions. So validation rule should like that loan interest rate must comply with local financial policies. So these are not something rules which that user sees. These are the rules which we develop in the backend and it works automatically. It's not for users. So example, that while we are building any in loan management system, let us assume that we are building this particular loan management system for North America region. So the local compliance financial policy says that the interest rate should not be lower than 3% and should not be higher than 15%. So we need to uh, uh, adhere with this particular constraint of the local financial policies. Then next is business rule constraint, means manual versus automated approvals. So certain loan types required manual intervention, means this is again the validation rule, means someone apply for more than $50,000 loan, then manual review by loan officer is required. So this is the validation rule which can throw. A validation rule throw means it is not thrown, means it is not to the for the users, means user will apply the loan get proceed, but behind the scene few things, such things may happen, means user don't know, means there how many multi approvals are required for his or her loan approval. So these are business rule constraint. Then technical constraint, data storage and retention. Well, loan application records must be stored for compliance, means loan whatever the compliance says might be there, audit might be there, so loan record must be retained for 7 years as per the financial regulations. So this is again what now tell me, this is nothing related with the user, again this is related to the system, and it few such things go behind the scenes. And finally, operational constraint, loan application cancellation rules. Customer can cancel application within a time limit. So now this is to this particular thing is related to customer. So customer can cancel a loan within 24 hours of submission, but after that approval is required, means someone is applying for the loan, it gets approved, something like that, this loan application get cancelled within 24 hour. After that, then there might be some approvals and all these things required, though the in approval process this particular customers are not directly involved, but this customer should have that idea that 24 hour is the limit of loan cancellation form. So these are I try to simplify functional constraint categories, and again we will create some table for loan management system, and we divide it into constraint scenario, constraint type, system behavior, enforced on, and login requirements. So there are various, means enforced on is something which I am actually interested. There are various modules on which this particular loan management system is stand, means loan processing module, user role management is there, EMI setup, loan application form, then application life cycle, dashboard and report. So every constraint which we are mentioned here are different on different module or different requirement for various departments. So it's our job to collect it all properly and maintain or mention it in a proper way, so that the stakeholders are also have a greater picture what exactly going on, and developers also understand what they actually want to build. Again, I'll request you, if you are interested, go in deep, you can pause this video here and you can read out all the functional constraint requirement table for loan management system. Now let's move forward and check the importance of functional constraint, then error handling, and the validation as well. So very first is error handling. It detects and responds to system failures or users error, provide clear error messages to guide users, ensure the system continues functioning without crashing. Then validation checks if data follows the required format and business rules, prevents invalid or incomplete data entry, helps user correct mistakes before submitting the information. And last is functional constraint, restrict actions based on the business rules, limit data values, and ensure system performance. Well, with this, I would like to conclude this topic. And to sum up, error handling ensures graceful failure, validation maintains data accuracy, and functional constraint guide system behavior. Together, they build a reliable and secure system foundation. They help prevent misuse, support compliance, and enhance user trust. A well governed system is not just efficient, it's dependable as well. So I hope now you have a good idea of error handling, validation, and functional constraint for the system. In the upcoming tutorial, we will explore writing user stories, use cases, and applying the invest method to create clear, effective requirement. So before we wrap up, just one last thought to leave you with. Thanks immensely for sticking around. If this video helped you even a little, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and drop any questions in the comments. I love hearing from you. And most importantly, smash that subscribe button so we can keep exploring the awesome world of business analysis together. Catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.